It's time for the Tiki and Tierney NFL Training Camp Two-A-Days as we visit all 32 NFL camps to preview the upcoming season.
Philadelphia Eagles, 7-9, second in the NFC East. The Chip Kelly experiment is over in Philly, and new head coach Doug Peterson likely relies on Sam Bradford to lead this team, while number 2 overall pick Carson Wentz holds a clipboard for his first season as a pro.
All righty, let's find out what to expect here from the Eagles. And, of course, this guy's been on the Philly scene forever. He's piped in. He's passionate. Been with us before. Howard Eskin, host 94 WIP in Philly. Howard, how you been, buddy? What's happening?
I've never had a bad day in my life, and it's another hot one out here at training camp and practice today.
Yeah,
hot.
It's brutal. It's been like that. We're in the city here, so we feel you. You know, the one thing that I feel like there's always some level of juice when it comes to the Eagles on a yearly basis, whether it's good, whether it's bad, but there's always something exciting or controversial. This unit, Howard, seems boring and bad. What are we missing?
Well, I'm telling you, controversial and exciting are the same thing this year for the Eagles, and that's Carson Wentz. Now, unfortunately, he suffered the reports out there are one cracked rib. He's got 2 cracked ribs. I don't know that it takes any longer to heal 2. You just got to heal both of them. But that was the controversy, that he should play, and that's not going to happen because Sam Bradford, even when he was healthy, was the better quarterback. He should be the second-string quarterback, and that's not going to happen unless somebody gets hurt because Chase Daniel is signed to be the backup quarterback. So he's not even going to dress. I don't even know if the guy that doesn't dress carries the clipboard, as you mentioned, coming into this thing. So he'll have the headphones on, and, he'll listen to what's going on and absorb and learn from that. But that was both the controversy and the excitement. And the game the other night, Carson Wentz showed that the speed of the game he's okay with. He's coming from 1AA, so obviously the speed of the game is different. And it looked like he had some skills. Now, he made some mistakes. He was playing behind a terrible offensive line of backups. And that's one of the questions, is their offensive line. So the excitement really centers around Carson Wentz. And outside of that, I don't know that there's anybody else that the fans were really excited about. Now, unfortunately, he's not going to play the next 2 preseason games. The next one is Thursday. He may play the last game against the Jets because after that he won't get much practice time. So it really comes down to one guy. Now, does that change he's a guy that won't even dress. Does that change what they're going to do this year? No, they've got it. There's a lot of hope. There's a lot of things they got to hope for this Eagles team to be better.
And that's Howard Eskin from Philly on the Eagles. Tiki and Tierney 2-Days. Next hour, Browns, by the way.
Yeah, Howard, you talk about the quarterback position and the questions at O-line, but who are the skill guys that we're looking at in Philadelphia? I mean, the running back is Ryan Matthews. Darren Sproles is obviously still there, but I feel like I played against him back in the day. The wide receivers, I know, I'm sure I did. Ruben Randall, who was he was uninspiring with the Giants. Where's the growth skill position wise?
All right. Well, Ryan Matthews, I don't know if he's going to grow. If he stays healthy, he was better than DeMarco Murray. DeMarco Murray was too slow. I always thought, and I may have said this with you guys last year because I've said it to other people, I thought he was a stiff when he came here. Now, separating himself from a year of all those carries and your body getting back in shape may help him in Tennessee. I don't even know at the end if he's going to be the premier running back. But he wasn't that good. But Ryan Matthews was good, but he's never healthy. So that's a positive point if he stays healthy. You can see he's got speed, he's good, he's strong. But if you want to look at young players, they drafted a player in the 5th round, Wendell Smallwood, who draft picks they see a lot out of this player. Well, they actually do. In camp, he didn't play last week. He had a small injury. You don't play guys with that. But they do like him. Barner is a running back that they had before. He'll run back. He looked like he did a nice job with kicks and punt returns. Now, Darren Sproles would be the punt returner.
Yeah.
So Kenyon Barner he's grown a little bit as a player. Again, we're only in the preseason, and we've only played 1 preseason game. So that is when you look at skill positions. Now, the wide receivers, I don't have the first bleeping clue who's going to step up. Nelson Aguilar is such a disappointment. he was the number one pick. He's got speed. I've seen him at the preseason last year. He's got speed. I don't think he's a good route runner. And obviously, he's not doing a lot of the right things to take him to the next level. He better get to that next level this year, or he won't be here the following year. So, a wide receiver, there's certainly a question. And I do like Sam Bradford. He's got to get protection like any quarterback. But I think Sam Bradford's better than people give him credit for. Is he a star? No, I don't think he's a star. But he does so many things right. Again, it's got to happen in the game. And he played well at the end of last year when he came back from, it wasn't even the injuries that people worry about, his knees. And this team dropped more balls. Their receivers dropped more passes than any other team in football. It's a joke. I mean, they're wearing gloves. They're wearing gloves. It drives me crazy. How do you miss a ball when you're wearing it? It's like the glove grabs onto the ball. How do you drop a pass?
You know how that works, Howard. It hits him in the wrong place, in the hands.
Yeah, it hits him in the hands, right.
Hey, Howard, let me ask you this. Are Eagle fans prepared to deal with what seems like this is going to be a brutal season?
No. That's a simple answer. No, they're not. I think they're kind of – yeah, I started thinking about it. It's funny. I thought about it this morning because the expectations now are lower than they were 2 weeks ago. So maybe whatever happens will be okay unless it's a – here's the biggest problem. If they win 4 or 5 games, they don't have their number one pick next year. The draft will be in Philadelphia. They haven't announced it yet. There's some paperwork that still has to be signed. So now you have the draft in Philadelphia. You have those dopey fans sometimes that scream and yell. You know, I don't want to, they're not all dopey, so let's not, there are some dopes out there. But they'll be out there, and the Eagles won't have a number one pick. The biggest problem, if they have a bad year without that pick, oh, my gosh, these people are going to go nuts.
Yeah.
But are they ready for a season that may not be that good? They're never ready in this town.
Yeah.
They are never ready.
No, you're.
I'm telling you, maybe they won't jump off the bridge because they know it might be bad. But if they think it's going to be good and then it's bad, then you got to close the bridges because these people are ready to jump. It's ridiculous.
Well said. I got you. Howard Eskin with us here on Tiki and Tierney, CBS Sports Radio.
Hey, Howard, have you gotten a chance to – I mean, obviously he was there before as a player, but have you gotten a chance to spend some time with Doug Peterson as the head coach and what his mentality is like? Because we all know Philly is – I mean, it's brutal. And if you don't have the right – approach towards the fans, the media, I mean, it can eat you up, just like you can in New York.
Yeah, there's no question. But I guess what makes it better for Doug, when he was a quarterback here, he was just keeping it warm until Donovan McNabb was ready because they signed him and they drafted McNabb, the second pick that year, and they were just waiting for Andy Reid was waiting for McNabb to get ready and be ready to play in a game. So Doug was getting crucified as a quarterback. I mean, just torched, especially in this town. So he knows what this town's like. He's been here as a coach. He's seen what they did. Andy Reid was a really good, and is a really good coach, and these fans would kill him on anything. So Doug understands it. Now, what the players like is they feel he relates to him better than Chip did. And I don't want to rip Chip because I got along with Chip. He did some things that I think he's got to change. He was stubborn. So there was things that weren't right here where Doug is different. It's not that college mentality. It's not filling out a survey every day, which was totally ridiculous. The practices are different, and they teach during practice where Chip would wait till you got to the meeting rooms. But the quarterbacks like Doug Peterson because they know he understands. And as a player, the other players know he understands the things that a player has to go through. So from that standpoint, it seems like so far, and again, he's still undefeated. He's still undefeated. You go into the regular season, we'll see how it works. But I think he got a lot of advice from Andy Reid, knows about that, and he's handled it so far. He's handled it well. And honestly, even if it's not a good year because he's got a pass this year because they know they're waiting for Carson Wentz, I think he's going to be able to handle it well. And the players have accepted and are accepting what he's doing. At practices, they're just different. Now, he played them. Today is just a 10-10-10. But tomorrow they're back to a 3-hour practice. And the players, they've accepted it because it's new and it's fresh. Change is really important in life for the pursuit of success.
There you go.
Players I think, really understand that.
Howard, good spot, man. Good summation. I know we'll be checking in during the season. Appreciate a couple of minutes, man. Thank you very much.
Anytime. You guys have a great day.
Be good, Howard.
Back at you. Howard Eskin, Philly icon down there, 90.